The Adventures of G.I. Joe, Rookie to the Rescue. The G.I. Joe Adventure Team was on a training mission in the desert land of Utah and Arizona. G.I. Joe and Sarge, his assistant, were training a group of recruits in the use of rescue and survival equipment. One afternoon, Joe set up the portable training tower near the edge of a canyon. He had rigged up an escape slide from the tower to the ground. "Nice going, Greg," he said as one recruit started down the slide. "Come on, Diego, up the ladder on the double." Red, who had flown the helicopter to the training site from the team's mobile headquarters a few miles away, watched the progress of his fellow recruits. Just then the men heard the buzz of a turbocopter and Sarge flew down to join them. "Sharp-looking class that you got there, teacher," he joked to G.I. Joe. "Say, what's that flying out there over the canyon? Is it a bird, or a plane, or Superman?" Joe grinned. "That's our newest rookie, Greg, trying out the flying rescue chair with the rocket pack." Together, Sarge and Joe watched Diego take his turn going down the escape slide. Meanwhile, Luke, a Navajo Indian, started up the ladder briskly, trying to beat the other's time. "Everything's quiet at headquarters," reported Sarge. "I'm going to take a reconnaissance flight over the area. I'll keep touch by walkie-talkie." It was just sundown as the team returned to mobile headquarters. Sarge was still out on reconnaissance. Shortly after they returned, Joe's walkie-talkie began to beep. He answered it. "Joe, this is Sarge," came the voice. "I'm about 3 miles due southwest of you. I saw a little burrow tied to a tree right beside a deep gash in the ground. I flew over to investigate and found an old prospector down in the hole. He fell in and has hurt his leg and his head. Over." "We'll be right there," Joe promised. "Over." "Hang in there, old-timer," Sarge called to the prospector, shining the high-intensity beam of his signal light down into the hole. "Help is on the way. By the way, what's your name?" "Zeke," said the prospector feebly. "Zeke Simmons. I seen some shiny rocks down here and clumb down on that there rope. But the rope busted and I landed in a heap. Sure glad you happened along when you did." By the time the adventure team, riding across trackless desert sand in the Jeep and its trailer, reached the place where Sergeant Zeke waited for them, it was beginning to grow dark. G.I. Joe drove the Jeep as close to the edge of the hole as he safely could. In the back of the Jeep were a flying rescue unit, a rescue sling, and several coils of rope. The trailer contained a searchlight and a first aid kit. "Okay, Luke, aim the searchlight down into the hole," directed Joe. "Sarge, better lead the burro out of the way." "This is Bessie. Beat my partners. Come on, old gal." The team worked rapidly as darkness fell. "Greg," said Joe, "here's your chance to put the flying rescue chair to work in an actual situation. It hasn't got enough power to pull both you and Zeke out of the hole, but if you and Sarge go down together, you can bring him up between you on the rescue sling. Sarge, you fly down to the hole with Greg. You better take the first aid kit with you. Each of you take along a coil of rope." Greg and Sarge flew down to the hold, Greg in their flying rescue, Sarge in the turbocopter. "Just relax, old-timer," said Sarge as they knelt beside Zeke. "We're going to bandage your head and hurt leg of yours, and we're going to get you out of here." Before being pulled up, Zeke insisted on bringing along some samples of the shiny rocks he had found at the bottom of the crevice. He hugged them tightly in his arm as Greg and Sarge, expertly piloting their different flying crafts, brought him up carefully up to ground level in the sling and laid him gently on the ground. "I'm sure mighty obliged to you, gents," said Zeke as he hobbled over to Bessie and gave her an affectionate pat. "Don't know what I'd have done if you hadn't come along." Proudly he had out his shiny rocks. "Ain't them pretty?" he declared. "I bet you there's uranium in them rocks. I'm going to stick me a claim here." Joe smiled. "Sounds good, Zeke, except for one little detail. How are you going to get the rocks out of that deep hole?"